I just wanna live and let go and just lose control. Just lose control.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm filming throughout the week, so you guys will see me 3 times this week, hopefully. I asked you guys on my video on Monday, which was a ShopMissA haul and a giveaway. So if you missed that, I'll leave that down below for you guys to head over and enter before it ends. But I asked you guys for, like, one of the rules to enter was to just leave me a video suggestion of something that you wanted to see me do. And a lot of you had said, do a dupe video. And even one of you wrote down your own that you had come across or had seen. And they were great ideas. So I went through everything that I had, and it was a little hard for me just because I don't have a lot of things other than ShopMissA. I have gotten rid of so much high-end, and I don't even buy high-end makeup anymore unless it's from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, so I never have, like, the new stuff. I think the Jaclyn Hill Divine palette is the newest thing I've bought, and that was $18. I don't even know if you consider that like, high-end. It's Morphe. So I don't have a lot of things to, like, match them to for dupes, but I did find some things. And I've been gathering this for a while because someone had made this suggestion a while ago and I liked the idea. I just had to make sure that I had enough for a video. So here we are. If you guys want to see what I have found that's from ShopMissA that is a dupe for something that is way more expensive, then let's go ahead and get into this. And before we do, if I've missed anything, if you have some dupes you know about, leave them in the comments for everybody else and me, because I'd like to get them if I don't have them. And if you are interested in anything that I'm wearing, my nail polish, my makeup, my earrings, any of it, that will all be listed down below for you guys. So let's go ahead, stop talking, and get into this. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the Aoa, and this is their face primer. It's the Aloe face primer. I dig in there with a skincare spatula to get some off from it because I don't want to rub it all over my face because I just think that'll grow bacteria within it. I use this more and more and more, and I started to notice that it really reminded me of something and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I even like to wear this without makeup because I loved the way that it made my skin feel and look with no makeup on. So I use this quite a bit, and then I noticed that it reminded me of the Glam primer that I have. And this is the Glam Birthday Skin Primer, and it's not that much money. It's either $4 or $6 something on Shein's websites. I use the crap out of this. There's a big dent. I use this a lot. And this, while I don't have it, I did once. This was actually something that I told you guys was a dupe for the Tatcha Canvas Silk Primer, the one that comes in the little disc. This was actually a dupe for that, but even better, this is a dupe for this. So it all comes down to how much ever this was, which is like $1.88 or something like that. I'm not positive. But I have found it in this little dude, and it's something that I can continue to repurchase, so I'm very excited about that. So it's a dupe for a cheaper dupe for a more expensive high-end dupe. It all trickles down. Alright, now let's talk about this bad boy right here. This is the Aoa Fresh Dry Shampoo. Some people say they don't like this. The detox one I have been recently trying out, and I don't care for that one. It has like a grittiness. It kind of leaves it on my scalp, and I'm like, ooh, what is that? It feels like if you were to dump dirt in your hair. I don't really care for that, but this one is almost gone. I use it whenever I need a dry shampoo. I even use it on clean hair to give me something to work with. You know, it lets me have like a little poof up here without like having dirty, nasty hair. This is an exact dupe because I had like 4 or 5 bottles of the Batiste, the original Batiste dry shampoo spray. I never used dry shampoos, so I just went and washed my hair and wondered why I got dandruff all the time. So I started using these and noticed that these two are one in the same. There is no difference. This usually comes in a way bigger size, and Batiste is already a pretty affordable brand, and it's a great brand. They have all different kinds of scents and stuff, but this is cheaper. This is cheaper. So I find that you're either pro dry shampoo or you're not. For me, I've tried tons of dry shampoos out there. I'm not really a big fan of any of them. The worst one I've ever tried is the Milk Makeup dry shampoo. That is the worst one ever. But these two I can stand, and they're exactly the same. So definitely a good dupe. The next thing is my dirty hairbrush. That is my hair in there. But this is the Kala Wet Dry Brush by Kala. This was $1. They have a bunch of different ones from Kala on the site. And this is a dupe, an exact dupe for the Wet Dry actual brand brush. Now that, once again, isn't that expensive, but this is just $1. And you get a lot of different kinds that you can choose from. And they work just fine. I've had this forever now, like months, and none of the little knobs have come off from it. I have had no issues. This has been like the best hairbrush ever. So if you want a wet dry brush, because I think they can get a little expensive, I would just go on ShopMissA and get one of those Kala brushes because they're really good. Now some of these are not exact dupes. They might be a little bit different. What I found with this, first off, is the Aoa Blur Highlighter, and this one is in Sometimes. And the Velour I broke mine, but it's still good. The Velour Highlighter, their Velour highlighters are more of a putty, like the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. But this one in Sometimes is gorgeous, first off. Very, very gorgeous. But it reminds me so much of this MAC highlighter. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish Highlighter. I actually found this at Marshall's. I was so excited because this is normally like a $40 highlighter. But this comes so close to the Velour one for me. Now, the Velour one is a little, like just a hair darker, but when you actually apply them to the skin, you cannot tell the difference at all. So, $40 to $1. I love a MAC dupe, let me tell you. I freaking love a MAC dupe. The next thing is the Aoa Pro Wear. This is a dupe. For me, it's like exactly the same thing to the Pretty Vulgar... what? What? I don't even know what that was. But it's exactly like the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF Hot Lava or whatever, lava water foundation. I don't know what they call this. I found this at Marshall's. I believe they still sell it, or they were still selling it at Sephora. But this is an exact dupe for this. They are one and the same. They are full coverage. They have that pretty powdered finish to them. I love these so much. They are exactly one and the same. And sometimes I will mix them to get my perfect shade. And it's like the best finish on my skin. Like, I love these so much. So they are an exact dupe for one another because I was worried. I was like, I don't want to use this too much because if it goes off shelves, like things that are at Marshall's or TJ Maxx do, I won't be able to get it again and I won't be able to find this formula. And this formula is very, very good. But I did find it. I did find it. And for way cheaper. I have mentioned this before, of course, but this color correcting primer is an exact dupe for the Dr. Brandt's Pores No More, which is a $40 primer. It is exactly the same in consistency and everything. The only difference is the color. This is more orange. The Dr. Brandt's one is more of a light brown tan color, but they perform the same way. Feel the same way. They even smell the same. It even smells the same. I think that it is amazing because I love the Dr. Brandt's Pores No More. And when I do, which is very rare, make an Ulta or Sephora order, if I can get a Dr. Brandt sample, I get it because I love them so, so much. But I can never afford the full size and I won't be able to and I don't need to. This was sold out, but they left it on the site. And I've noticed if ShopMissA leaves something sold out on the site and it doesn't just disappear, you don't get a 404, cannot find kind of message, they're bringing it back. It will be restocked. Little tip for you about ShopMissA. The next thing here, this is really, really funny. So I got a Bite Beauty Trio, and it was years ago. But it came with the lip, like the one that you can like roll on or whatever. It's like a little stick and you put on. It came with the one that's in like the tube that's really, really jelly. And then it came in one that's like in a pot. And I think it was the nighttime one. But I lost it and I just recently found it. And I was like, I freaking know you. Like, I know you. And that's because the Jelly Jams. It's an exact dupe for the Bite Beauty Nighttime, the one that's in a jar. The Jelly Jams, exact dupe. Bite Beauty is not cheap. Not cheap, but they are wonderful. So I think I have found the reason why I love Jelly Jams so much. Jelly Jam whore. We all know this. But now I know why. Now I know why I like it so much. And that's because it is an exact dupe for the Bite Beauty. And that the Bite Beauty products were really the only lip products that ever did anything for me. So that explains that. Next up, there are two different formulas, but the color is so close, and the way that they apply and look on the skin, you can barely tell the difference. The first thing is the Starry Blush. So good, by the way, these Starry Blushes, the Precious Mineral ones. And this is the medium one of the ones that I've gotten. It doesn't have a name, but it's not the darkest, but it's the medium. This, it's such a beautiful formula. So, so pigmented, so blendable. I love it. But it is a very close match to this Bare Minerals. These are the Bounce and Blurs in Mauve Sunrise. And they don't really look like it in the packaging. But when you apply them, there on the skin, there is barely a difference. Look at that. There's like no difference there at all. And the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blushes are not cheap. So for $1, you can get the same consistency. Like the same color, the same look, the same everything. So those, I was very excited to find a blush dupe. I mean, you guys know how I feel about blushes if you're not new here. I love them. Another dupe that I found was with, this is the dupe. This is the Aoa Velvet Lips, and this one is in Reese. And it reminds me exactly of this lippy, which is from Maybelline, and it's a Superstay Matte Ink in Lover. These two look a lot alike. Feel a lot alike. The Maybelline is a little bit darker and a little bit more of a goopy consistency. Well, the Reese one is more up my alley. And it's like a hair lighter. But there's not much of a difference at all there. At all. These two are so, so close. So close. So, Reese. And Reese is actually one of my most used Aoa lip velvets because I love the color so much. And, I mean, I gravitate towards a lot of the mauves. I didn't need to get all those mauves. I could have just grabbed Reese from ShopMissA. I'm so glad they're growing and coming out with all this awesome makeup. The next dupe that I found was brushes. Now, actually, the person who asked me to do this, they said that we're talking about the F19 highlighting brush from Aoa, which is by far one of the best highlighting brushes I've ever had. The person that asked me to do this video actually said that they knew that this was a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush. I don't know because I never had that. But I do know that it is a dupe for the Eco Tools highlighting brush. They are one in the same with the heads. Just different colored hairs and different length barrels and stuff. But other than that, these are exactly the same, and they are my favorite highlighting brushes. If this one's dirty, I use this one, and vice versa. These are dupes. So, I love that. I love brush dupes because I have another one for you too. My beloved Aoa E113, which I use to do my cut creases with, is a dupe. Is a dupe to this Makeup Forever 226 straight brush. This is a $26 brush right here. $26 for Makeup Forever. $1 from ShopMissA. They do the same. This one actually performs better, I'm not going to lie. This one, over time, because I've had this for years, over time the hairs have feathered out. This stays perfectly shaped. go to ShopMissA. They got it going on. Now, with lipsticks, I have found that the Aoa, their new Dreamy Lipsticks, and this one in Kiss, which is kind of like a blue-toned red. It's very beautiful, and it can be a dupe for any blue-tone red, to be honest. But what it duped for me in my collection was from Kaken. And this, they're affordable, but they're not like super duper duper affordable. They are a more high-end brand, but they're dupes. They're exact dupes. And this was definitely not $1. I love Kaken. They are a Chinese brand. Somebody told me that they are a Chinese brand. I think I said that they were Korean. That's why I like to just say Asian, because I don't know, you know, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I just know that I love it. I love it, but I didn't need to get it. I could have gotten it in this, only this one's not stinky and this one's stinky. I have heard from a lot of you that the Dreamy lipsticks are causing your lips to burn. I have not found that yet. I have every single one. I've used on my lips all of them but 2. So if you had one that burned your lips, can you leave the name of what it was on in the comments below, so I can see if it happens to me or not too. Because if it's doing that, then ShopMissA needs to know. Alright, and lastly, I don't have what this is a dupe for because I had it for years. It was the only eyeshadow duo that I carried on me when I first started my channel. I talked about it a lot. And it was the Hard Candy, and I don't know what it was called. I think I might have wrote it down. Yeah, it was a Hard Candy Baked Eyeshadow in Peace. It had one side that was like a champagne and one side that was a dark brown. I have duped that because it was still a few dollars. I have duped it for the $1 She eyeshadow duos, and this one is in Milk Coffee. And that's what that duo used to remind me of, is Milk Coffee, because they were so beautifully pigmented. And this is Milk Coffee. It looks exactly to a T like my favorite duo from Hard Candy that they still sell, by the way. So you can go and check it out if you want to, but why bother? Get this duo. Any of the She duo eyeshadows, they are like high-end. It'll blow your mind. Alright, so I do have more dupes, but this video is getting long, so I'm going to continue doing this in the future. If you guys do want to see more dupe videos, please give this a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos I put out weekly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you, of course, in the next one. Bye-bye.